Shalom, everybody. Hope you're having a good day, wherever and whenever you are. So right now, I'm currently driving, and I tried a thought pop into my head. I think, as a man, it is extremely important that you place God first in your life and let Him add on to whatever else you want in your life. And what brought up this thought was I was thinking about I currently have a friend who's having, so to speak, being quite a bit of a simp right now. But this thought occurred to me how when a man places God first in his life, then a woman really can't do much to sway his thought or his opinions or his general direction of life, because he's kind of yielded himself to God. And so, and you see this all in, old literature, old works of art, old poetry. We'll do the Iliad and Odyssey, for example. How Odysseus, when they were going to pass the sirens, he told his men to cover their ears and blindfold themselves, but to tie him to the ship, to the mast, because he wanted to see what they were, so that way he could warn others of what there is. Because before Odysseus, everyone heard of the sirens, but no one knew what they looked like, because every time someone got close, they died, or the sirens were able to capture them and kill them. And so what he did was, by tying himself and telling them to steer the ship as close as possible, he was able to resist their alluring chance to see them what they were, which were hideous creatures, because the sweet melodies they would sing would trick you into believing that they were beautiful women, but in reality they were quite demonic in a sense. And that's an allegory or metaphor for the temptations of life that kind of try to pull us off track and detract us from what God is calling us to do. And so I was thinking about in the book of Genesis how Eve was the one who betrayed God's command or will. Because really, when you think about it, they had everything in the Garden of Eden, but yet that still wasn't enough. Eve allowed herself to be tricked by the serpent into eating fruit from the tree of knowledge, and it was able to convince Adam to do the same. But I keep thinking about it, and it's kind of fucked up, because I don't think she knew what she was doing the wrong thing. She probably thought that this was great, this is awesome, we can now be on par, we can now have the wisdom that God has, we can now be with Him. But that's not the point. That's not the point of why God wanted you to avoid the tree of knowledge. It was more so a test of your faith. Can you yield yourself to His wisdom, to His foresight? But Eve chose not to, and because of that, Adam fell for it, and it's not like Eve was trying to deceive Adam as well. She genuinely thought she was going to help Adam as well, and that's kind of the thought I was getting at during my drive, is that a lot of times, if you're not aligned fully with God, the opinions, especially when you're with a girl or your significant other, she'll probably think she's doing it good for you, but in reality, it's gonna throw you off your path. It's gonna fuck you up, and you're gonna be a shell of what you were. And in the end, she ends up leaving you. She ends up leaving you for doing the things that she thought was gonna help you. And it's kind of fucked up logic when you think about it, but in the Bible it says that when the woman is in charge of the household, that is a household ruled over by Satan, because the hierarchy is God the Father, the Son, and then in the household it's the father, the mother, and then the children. Because without that hierarchy, like, it just leads to chaos. Like it's a missing link, and we can kind of see it nowadays, you know, with plenty of young men with being raised in a single parent household, and it's primarily a women, because if they have one parent, the child is gonna be so much better off with the father instead of the mother. Now, if there are outliers, of course, some women just have that, we're able to get that wisdom or insight, or, you know, the man that is the father of child passed away. Of course, there's always going to be outliers to this example, but on average, it's usually the case. So, in order to protect yourself, you, as a man, and this is for me too, I always find myself slipping, always have these thoughts, I always feel like I gotta do these things for, like, just it's like, it's so crazy how, like, I'm consciously aware of it, but still these ingrained patterns by Umfeld, this has still not been lifted yet. I'm still have this, like, pre-programmed mind that I'm still trying to rewire. But because I'm conscious of it, I know I'm making progress, and I know I'm getting closer to what I'm trying to seek. And what I'm trying to seek is the kingdom of God, and the kingdom of God is me. Because he, as the king, wants dominion over me. But I'm still trying to comprehend that, in a sense. I hope this made sense to you. And if not, you know, leave a comment below. Maybe put your insight as well, maybe your experiences. And maybe we can go back and forth collaborating with each other and try to come up with a better idea, even try to push each other to that correct path, the one that God is leading us down towards. But anyways, that's it for today. Well, I don't know, maybe I'll make another video today. It all depends. But anyways, you have a blessed day, wherever and whenever you are. See ya.